Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're visiting my channel for the very first time, hi, my name is Emma. I'm a YouTuber based in Zambia and I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. For all my returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for watching yet another one of my videos. I appreciate your support so much. So basically in today's video, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the not so good things about being a business owner. So I get one specific comment a lot in a couple of my videos saying you inspire me, or how did you do it, or A, B, C, and D. So that's what really triggered me to upload this video, because I feel like there's a common misconception that being an entrepreneur or a business owner is so easy because of what y'all see on Instagram and like my stories and all that type of stuff. It's really not easy. However, before I do get into this video, I have two disclaimers to make. The first one is, on one of my old videos, somebody made a comment to say I talk about my business so much, it's like I'm showing off, it's like I'm bragging. First of all, no, it's called promoting. Okay, there's no way I'm going to be on this platform that has given me so much like business already as it is and not promote my own business. That just doesn't make sense. So if you are uncomfortable with the fact that I speak about my business a lot, you might as well unsubscribe to my channel, because that is not about to stop. Okay. And the second disclaimer is, this is not me discouraging anybody from starting their own business. I am so glad that I decided to quit my job and start my own business. I'm just sort of kind of preparing somebody who hasn't yet taken the entrepreneur route, or somebody who has and like can relate and just know that they're not alone. So it's just us talking about things and just sharing ideas and sharing the reality of things. So yeah, with that being said, let's just get into this video. So as I mentioned earlier, this is not me discouraging anybody from starting a business. I just feel like these are things that we need to talk about, that we need to normalize, so that when people are starting their businesses, they kind of know what it entails to go into being an entrepreneur, so that these things don't take them by surprise, because they definitely took me by surprise. I didn't do my research because I really thought it was so easy and I would be like those other people on Instagram doing my own business and all that type of stuff. So yeah, if I could help one other person out there, I would really feel extremely accomplished, knowing that somebody's not going to be as surprised as I was. So okay, so one of the biggest issues that I personally face being an entrepreneur is not being as respected because of my age. I am currently, as I'm making this video, 20 years old, and I feel like because of that, I don't get the same respect that an older person would get, even if we're doing the same business. This could be in terms of like landlord issues, or maybe it could be like if I'm trying to pay for a service, like maybe I'm trying to get like the ceiling fixed or the walls painted or stuff like that. People just tend not to take you as seriously because you are so young, you know. And I understand that fact, but sometimes it's extremely frustrating on my part, because I'll be paying for a service in full, but people would still like not respect me or treat me the same as they would other people. And it gets really annoying and frustrating, but I guess like that's just the way it is. Another big compromise that you have to be prepared for when you are starting a business is you have to sacrifice a lot of your time and your energy, and in all honesty, your mental health as well. I get a lot of questions saying I'm advertising my work, but it's like people they just don't care and all that type of stuff. And in reality, yeah, that's what happens, because the reality of the situation is there's so many people doing the same exact business right now, and so you're not really necessarily taken as seriously when you doing a certain type of business, just because there's so many other people out there and they've made big names for themselves. So it's very hard to compete with them. My advice to you would be just find what works for you, find a common way to stick out from everybody else. But that the fact that so many people are doing the same business does not mean that you can do it too. The fact that other people have a name for themselves in that specific business doesn't mean that you can't find your place in that field as well. It's just a matter of really working hard and pushing and making sure your name is out there, and the only way it can be out there is if you do it. I feel like you should not really rely on friends to help promote your business. Of course, they can share pages and they can do A, B, C, and D. But when push comes to shove, like when it's time to actually do the work, it depends on you. The success of your business depends on you and not your friends trying to help you and your business. And that's a common thing that I find, where you find people complaining, my friends don't share my posts, they don't like support my business. And in reality, no one owes you anything. It's your own job to promote your own business. That's just the reality of things. And one thing that you should be prepared for is that the chances of a stranger supporting your business more than your friend are so high. That's just like, that's the way life is. I can't take that personally. Like, I don't even get mad at that anymore, because this is the way life is. That's the way life is designed. Your friend would rather support another stranger doing the same business you're doing and not you. You can't just take that personally. You just really have to, there's no traffic in your own lane, so you just stick in your own lane and mind your own business. You can't be worried about who's sharing your posts and who's not, because if you do, you'll find yourself in a situation which I did, where I feel like my own friends don't support me, so that does that mean they don't believe in my business? Stuff like that. It can happen to anybody. It happens to the best of us. So like, why should you waste your time stressing about things that you can't change? So do your job, you promote your own business, because if you depend on other people, it's just not gonna work. So going back to, it also takes sacrifice, like mentally sometimes it's extremely challenging it's extremely challenging. Gosh, it's extremely challenging, especially when you're trying to run multiple businesses. I know for me personally, I'm trying to currently run 2 businesses as well as going to school. Sometimes I do feel like I serve more than I can take, and it's just a challenge for me because it's difficult to balance everything. Like, I have to balance making appointments, I have to make sure I have stock for my other page, I have to make sure, like, people are still talking about my business, but at the same time, I also have my schoolwork that really suffers. It really, really suffers, and I'm almost done, so I know that part is going to be out of the way in like a year. But it is extremely challenging to manage different things, and there's so many unforeseen things that happen when you're running a business that you just don't see coming. For instance, I get questions to say, how much do you think I'll need to open such and such a business? The reality is, you're going to say you need this amount of money, and it's probably going to cost you twice as much, because there are always some unforeseen costs, hidden costs here and there that you just don't account for. And it can get very frustrating for you, because you spend so much time creating a budget and trying to make it work, and then at the end of the day, it's not enough. It's not enough. Like, that's just the way it is. It's really just life. And just like the time that you spend with your friends and family lessens gradually. I know for me, a lot of my friendships have struggled a lot. I have mentioned that because I simply don't have time. And people tend to think, oh my gosh, she's rude, she's cheeky, she's A, B, C, and D, because I can't be on my phone the way that I used to. But if you have real friends, they're going to respect the fact that you have a job to do. If you have real friends, they're going to understand that you're trying to grow in life. So they won't be giving you a tough time about it so much. But that doesn't make it any easier to know that there are people out there that love you and just want to talk to you, but you can't, because you have other priorities that you kind of feel like you're a priority to them, but they're not as important to you. And that doesn't make you feel good as a person, because you kind of feel like a bitch. I do really feel like that sometimes, but that's the way it is. Another common misconception is people tend to think you are all that. You think you're all that when you're running a business. I've heard a couple of things been said about me, like, oh my god, she used to be our friend, we used to be so cool, and now she's running a business, she thinks she's better than us, she doesn't hang out with us anymore. That brings me back to the previous point that I just mentioned. Your real ones know. And if you have people that are talking like that about you, then they're not for you. People want to see you doing good, but just when you start doing better than them, it kind of becomes a competition, and they try their best to make you look like a bad person. Just don't pay attention to that, because it fucks with your brain. It surely did fuck with mine, and I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody else. So it does happen, like just different relationships. Sometimes I even felt like there was this one time I came home so late, and my mom was like, I feel like I don't even know you, because you just come home and you sleep. At the end of the day, I don't get to see you. but certain things they have to be done. They have to be done. My personal advice to anybody who's looking to start a business is there's so many things that just happen on a daily basis that could frustrate you and tire you. It's not all the time that the person would like your service. It's not all the time that you know, like people have positive things to say about you. Maybe somebody complained about this, maybe that, maybe that. It's not always rosy, it's not always good. So don't be misled by what you see on other people's stories and you think because it doesn't happen for you like that, you have all these challenges, everybody else goes through them. You really just need to master what you want and just focus on that and worry about only that. That's it. That's it. My advice to you would be practice how to block out people, block out the noise, block out anything that's not constructive for you. I saw a quote that says visualize the type of life you want and don't accept anything that won't lead you to that, something in those lines. But that really, you know, it really like touched me because you really Alright, so I hope anything that I said could or was of help to another person out there. If there's still anything else that you would like to know, business related, personal life, I'm your girl. Okay, yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and until my next video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.